Hi, Metal Hammer. I'm Wes Borland from better known from Limp Bizkit, but I'm going to be talking today about my new record with my other band, Blacklight Burns. Hope you enjoy the interview, whatever this is going to be. Yeah, it is. Being in two bands is, or having a main band and then a side band is kind of it's a lot to deal with, especially when I'm doing work as a painter and also doing work on film and remixes on the side. My schedule is usually pretty heavy and saturated with different projects. So, you know, the first Blacklight record came out in 2007, and then we had a DVD release and did a covers record, which came out in 2008, and then toured briefly in 2009, and then I was back into Limp Bizkit again, and for the last 4 years have been going very hard with Limp Bizkit, recording and touring. So eventually, it just came time. The record had been made. The second studio record had been made over the course of that period of time, on and off, and it just finally, the time has come this year to where I can't stand to wait anymore, and I really want to release it. And this fall, it's interesting. Interestingly enough, that my two bands might actually come together and do a tour together. So we're putting together a Blacklight Burns Limp Bizkit tour this year. So I'll be playing two sets with a band in between to give me time to change. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've always wanted to do it. Not at all. Not at all. I'd already been a fan of Manson, so I think being a fan of the band previously had already had an effect on my playing. And during the 8 months that I was involved with Manson, I only played two shows and then spent a lot of time sitting around in a studio, not writing. So it didn't have that much of an effect on my playing. He's definitely one of my favorite people, and he had an effect on me personally, and I'm glad to call him a friend now. But as far as a lot of writing and playing together, it wasn't really happening. I really think it's two different things. It's two different characters, two different sides of my personality. It's two different loves, and I would never want Blacklight to die, but Limp Bizkit is obviously my priority. Because Blacklight is it's a pet project that doesn't really afford me a living, whereas Limp Bizkit affords me to be able to play music. And being in Biscuit, I'm able to do Blacklight Burns. I don't know if I'd even be able to do it if I was, had a career change and was working in a different job or something like that. So, yeah, it's lovely to be able to do both, and I think they're really apples and oranges as far as comparing, because the levels are so vastly different. Um, what's cool is I have a lot of artistic freedom in Limp Bizkit as far as like being able to paint myself and writing the music and working with these guys that have a very good good collaboration level with, to where it's sort of like many brains becoming one in Limp Bizkit, and it's a different kind of creative process, where in Blacklight I'm completely alone, and I'm sort of cooped up and on this creative journey myself, and whatever I think of is what it is. Whatever I can come up with is what it is, and I don't have anyone else to work with. So it's sometimes a lonely process, it takes a lot longer to manifest, all the creative side of Blacklight. I think visually, I'm more creative with Limp Bizkit and Blacklight. It's like more toned down for some reason. I don't know. I think it's because we have to haul gear ourselves, and I don't have time to get all made up to look crazy on stage. So it's just a very quick process, you know. When we go out, the last tour we did was in a van and trailer, and I drove, and we went out and set our gear up on stage in front of the audience, and you know, went out and sold merch, and I just have a lot more jobs. So visually, it's a little bit more like, okay, do I have time to do this? Okay, great, let's go on the stage, you know.